This music makes me feel free.
Okay, there's that.
It allows my brain to move, baby. I get some groove when I hear this tune.
I don't know about that.
Ow.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Bobblehead John coming to a store near you.
Oh.
Yeah. Air guitar. Oh my goodness gracious. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Where'd that come from?
Who cares?
I can't hear myself in my headset.
Well, that's because your allergies are real bad.
No, I don't know. Well, I mean, they are, yes. No,
See, I knew they were bad.
No,
see,
duh.
it's hard to argue that. See, because it's the,
I'm trying. Is it? Can you hear
'tis
yourself?
the season to be jolly.
No.
First of all, good morning and welcome to JP, Kathy, and the crew.
It's not
we'll let
Christmas
Kathy
yet.
figure this out.
It's not Christmas yet.
It's Wednesday morning. We are
It
super
is.
excited.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to the crew.
Hey, I got one better for you. Happy Cronut Day. Let me tell you, mine are
I'm
gone.
all over those after the show.
Oh, they won't be here.
So good. Oh,
Because we're going to take an
Jacob
intermittent.
saved me some of those cronuts.
No, Jacob, eat them up, buddy.
Look, he just went and grabbed
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
And,
You're
like,
done.
Looked at me as he ate
Cronut
it.
Day. I ate mine. Thank you very much. So you might be asking yourself, what is a cronut?
Oh my!
Well,
it's
I'm not telling you.
delectable. Oh, you have to.
No, I'm not. Hold on.
You
I got a
have
method to my madness.
Oh, okay.
We're not telling you. You got to go down and you've got to find out yourself. If you go in and you tell them that JP, Kathy, and the crew sent you, you'll get 2 free cronuts. That's right. And a cronut is amazing.
Is that a thing?
Yes. It's a calorie-free donut.
Oh, I wish.
Shh. Calorie-free donut, and it's good for your butt.
Okay, I don't know about any of that.
It
All I
is.
know is it's delicious.
So,
I will give you that.
We've got the card going up on the monitor now. If you can see it,
Twinkle.
that's right. And amazing. Go up there. It's in the colony. Tell them that JP, Kathy, and the crew sent you, and they will get you a cronut. And the reason why we're eating cronuts today, look at that. There's a picture. Oh, they're light. They're delectable. They're airy.
I love
they're
it.
tasty. Oh, my hocus smokes. So go down, tell them that JP, Kathy, and the crew sent you 2 free cronuts. We're excited. It is Wednesday morning. We have got a heck of a show planned for you.
Is that a thing? 2 free donut?
2
free cronuts?
Yes, that's really a thing.
Cronut holes.
Oh, yeah, cronut holes.
Yes.
My bad.
They're like donut holes, but they're shaped in a little triangle because they're truly croissants.
Oh, why did you do
Was
that?
I not supposed to say
No,
that?
you gave it away.
It's delicious. Look at those pictures that
I'm going to give
that
you
Charles
some
put
pictures.
up.
So go down and get
I
a
love
cronut.
it.
Tell them we sent you. Get your cronut holes. Get 2 free cronut holes. We are coming to you live today from VentureX Studios here in Frisco, Texas. Anything and everything you need office space-wise and good coffee. And a lot of
Yes.
other services offered. VentureX-Frisco.com. That's right, VentureX-Frisco.com. That's on the monitor for you to see. And so I'll tell you, Wednesday, we have got a packed show for you today. You're going to be excited. You're going to be happy. You're going to be shocked. You've got to be kidding me. With some of the stuff the North
one?
Texas Jeep Club for one.
Oh, yeah, I
You're
can't
gonna
wait
be
to hear
going-
about that.
yeah.
I haven't heard the whole story on that.
It's no taco bueno.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no taco bueno.
Wow.
You got to tune in for that. That's going to be happening at 8:30. We scheduled that for 8:30, right, Chuck? I believe
Yes.
we did.
Yes,
8:30,
yes,
I think.
yes.
Yeah.
I think it is.
We're going to be talking some golf today a little bit. Of course, we've got a lot of going on in sports, so we'll talk a little bit sports
Yes.
as well. And then, of course, we've got some news we need to cover this morning. And I want to talk about Ellen again. I think I've got a new leaf going.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You can't let it go.
No. I'm a dog
Coming
with a
back.
bone. Dog with a bone. So anyway, welcome to JP, Kathy, and the crew. Of course, you can follow us at JP, Kathy, and the crew.
And Say
I
it.
said, follow us. Alert. That's right.
Please follow us.
Like
And
us,
We've got 100
follow
people
us.
on YouTube, finally.
Hence the
We're
celebration with
excited.
cronuts.
There you go.
That's right. Thank you
know
very
what? We
much.
didn't do weather on the threes,
We
so now
haven't-
it's not weather on the threes.
Well, because it's not time yet. This is not
it's
part of.
7:34.
This is not your diagram. So you missed your diagram.
Oh, where is my diagram?
It's on your phone.
Oh, I took a picture. Thank you.
You did.
That's
And
right.
so we don't talk
Let
about.
the record show I did have weather pulled up.
Okay, there you go. So at 7:13, we will do the weather and the time.
7:13, which is already passed.
Or not 7:13. I'm sorry, 7:43.
Okay, there we go.
7:43.
Another three.
That's when we'll hit that.
Another
so,
three.
but we want to go ahead and talk about what's going on in the news. There's a lot happening internationally, but this is something that struck me kind of funny. And that's not funny good, by the way.
Yeah,
That's
not
funny,
funny,
bad.
ha ha.
No, so up in Hong Kong, of course, you've heard about the riots. You've seen it on the news where a lot of young pro-democratic protesters took to the streets, and of course, the Chinese government came in and just tried to put down any kind of pro-democratic process that could take place. And the Chinese government is at it again. China has blocked 12 Democrats from being able to be a part of the legislative and local elections in Hong Kong. Of course, China passed their new security law security law that now shadow and looms over Hong Kong. In the past, China had been tolerant of what was going on with pro-Democrats and even moderate Democrats, but not anymore. They disqualified 12 of them. They said there could be plenty more coming if we're not careful. Of course, the Chinese government, you'll love this, they're citing collusion and foreign forces in opposition to China is the reason why they disqualified
You couldn't
them.
even get through that sentence.
No, not without laughing.
You're like, okay.
No. And so, you've got pro-democracy candidate Joshua Huang, who's been very, very active in the Civic Party there. He's a moderate, and he has definitely gone up against the old guard in China. Beijing has made it clear that they don't want any more of that. And it's put us on a collision course with China. What I mean us, I mean the West, because again, they are trying to get rid of that democratic process, and they're doing the best that they can to do that. Hong Kongers are trampled, and the city's last pillar that offered an opportunity for some autonomy looks like it's about to go away as well. With the Hong Kong's legislature under a firm grip from Beijing, look for another region of Asia to fall to Chinese politics, which again, if you've been watching anything in the news, is way bad stuff. And what do we mean by that? Well, how about the seeds that the Chinese government has been sending out to Americans? And where do you think that came from? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Okay, remember, Charles has sound effects for us.
Oh, he does.
We're used to doing our own
I'm
sound
sorry.
effects.
But he's busy over there right now.
Oh, okay.
I was helping him
He's
out.
directing.
I was helping him out.
He's directing.
You know, I was helping him out. I was being a bud. I was being a bud. So the government is constructing a new CCP. Boy, does that not sound familiar. Tell me you remember the CCCP.
Help refresh my memory. I haven't had any coffee yet.
The old Soviet Union.
Oh, well, no, duh. Yeah.
And now the
And now,
Chinese.
there's a little eerie there. A
Yeah,
little
they've
too close for
crafted the
comfort.
CCP.
Little too close
The
for comfort.
Chinese Communist Party, and again, trying to take over the LegCo to eliminate most of the opposition voices. Nathan Law, pro-democracy activist and former lawmaker who was kicked out of the legislature, said on Twitter and has fled Hong Kong for Britain earlier this month. I mean, Kathy, it's like the world is going to come to an end because we're going to end up having two huge powers that are going to be in opposition and China has manipulated and coerced and purchased their way.
Yeah, really?
And- yeah, into
Let's
this
talk about
position.
China. I mean, let's talk about COVID. Let's talk about what's been done to us over here, to the world. We've talked about this before without, even casting a shot across the bow. Look at what they've done to our economy, to our folks, to our way of life. It's frightening, JP. It really is. Power hungry does not even begin to describe.
Well, and it doesn't.
That
And-
society. I mean, that would be a weak term for them, power hungry. That's
Yeah.
kind of sad.
Well, and they've been buying up property in the United States. And here's the thing, right? Their money is communist money. They can just print it however they want to print it. That's what kills me about the whole scenario.
Scary.
So, anyways, and then Kathy, of course, we've got what's going on in Beirut.
Oh my gosh, yeah. The explosion, and I'm assuming most everybody has seen a replay of that by now. I guess the only way I can describe it is jarring. I mean, this is left by, and again, and these are, the numbers are still coming in. This is what's so scary, but up to 300,000 have been left homeless by the Beirut explosion. I mean, this is just scary. The Lebanese president has called an emergency cabinet meeting. He has said there is a 2-week state of emergency that should be declared following this massive explosion in Beirut that killed at least 100 people and injured 4,000 others. The explosion on Tuesday sent shockwaves across the city, causing widespread damages as far as the outskirts of the capital. Officials said that they expect the death toll to rise further as the emergency workers dig through the rubble to search for survivors, which that just... Have you seen pictures, JP? Have you looked at pictures of
Goodness gracious,
have y'all
yes.
seen the pictures?
It reminds me of the old Lebanon, Beirut time in the 80s.
I mean, it's just very, very frightening. The cause of the explosion was not immediately clear. Officials linked the blast to some 2,750 tons of confiscated ammonium nitrate that were being stored in a warehouse at the port for 6 years. They assembled the country's High Defense Council following the explosion. This was so scary, and so there were people who the first video I saw, my son came in and showed me on his Instagram feed. I was like, oh my gosh. Then I saw 2 other versions of the explosion, or 2 other points of view of the explosion, and it was they were people who were like far away from the explosion. You could see the fireworks going off in the explosion, and then all of a sudden the people who are even filming on their phones from far away get blown back down because it didn't stop. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that. People walking around the street with shards of glass all stuck in them, blood. The hospitals were having to treat people out in the parking lots because they were busting at the seams. People, even a reporter who was reporting on one of the news stations I watched yesterday, said that his entire apartment building, and every building around him where he lives is literally just gone, JP. I mean, we're talking just, there's nothing left. So please join in praying for the people who were impacted by this. Just heartbreaking.
Charles, were you able to get video? There we go. We've got some pictures. Were you able to get video on this, Charles, brought up?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, look at that.
Here's some of the pictures that Kathy's talking about. You know, if you can imagine a city that, again, back in the 80s, if you remember, everything that happened there with the Marines and with our embassy there. And then, boom, here we go again. And pretty much unprovoked and uncalled for.
I mean, they are calling it, because at first it starts off with a fire and then several smaller blasts. And then what most news reports are reporting as a colossal explosion. And this explosion, I mean, it flattened the entire harbor front and all of the surrounding buildings. I've just never seen anything like it. Just heart-wrenching. Just pray for the people who are impacted by this, and God bless them. And if there are survivors, I hope those emergency workers can get to them in a timely fashion.
Oh, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And our prayers go out to all the people in Beirut and their
stay
families.
strong, Lebanon. God bless you.
You know, they become a casualty, is what they become, and it's something else. You know, Cleo has commented on the feed. She said the mushroom cloud looked like an atomic explosion. It was impressive, and I don't think she means impressive as in fun.
And Cleo, it's interesting you say that. That is the exact thing my husband said when he saw it. He said the same exact thing. It was just that frightening. I mean, again, it was jarring. I don't know how else to describe it other than just jarring and devastating.
Absolutely. And then Fred, of course, Fred's chimed in. Ammonium nitrate was what McVeigh used in the OKC bombing. And I don't know, have you been to the OKC Memorial?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
You've been there.
Multiple
You've been there,
times.
right? Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And, I highly recommend it. And it just absolutely ravished the building. And it was something else. It was very, very bad. Joe Chandler chimes in. He says McVeigh used 2,000 pounds. This was 2,750 tons. So if that gives you an idea of the magnitude, especially if you've been to OKC and seen the memorial, which again I highly recommend. But again, my heart goes out to the families in this country that have had to deal with this. I mean, nobody wants to deal with this, number one, but to have it just sprung on you like this is just not, it's not cool. And I know that's probably playing it down. I don't mean to, but I don't know any other word to use. Devastating.
Yeah, devastating. I mean, literally, there are no words to describe. I can't even imagine what the people, I mean, just 1 minute you're in your house, your apartment, and the next minute you're, hoping you can get into an emergency room, and literally there's nothing left.
Absolutely. 7:43 here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Okay, yes. Okay, now we can do weather on the 3.
Let's get to the weather.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
There we go.
Chuck, did you catch my text message to you?
A jarring transformation.
My phone's on silence.
There we go. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, well, currently we've got 79 degrees here in Frisco. We are looking at a high of 91, so a little bit cooler today. Again, yay, we love the break in the heat here in Texas. And we're headed towards a low of 75 this evening. Looks to be partly cloudy and with the sun peeking out here and there today, so get out and get you some vitamin D.
All right, some vitamin D it is. I'll tell you, exciting stuff there. How about the humidity?
Oh, I did not check that.
Yeah. See, we need a humidity
Now, yesterday, Dr. Good even chimed in on our JP, Kathy, and the crew messenger group that we have and said JP will be in a good mood today. It's only 65% humidity. Oh, people know you well. Let's
Boy,
see.
Don't they.
Humidity today. Ooh, JP.
I'm ready.
61.
Ooh, see, I'm okay now. Now
That's good stuff. That's why my knee doesn't hurt this morning.
I can go on about my day.
Yeah. Well, have a lovely day.
61 here?
61%.
61% humidity.
Oh,
no.
That means I can survive.
79 degrees, Charles. He's like, I don't think it's that
I
brisk.
can live with 61% humidity.
I was thinking 61 degrees.
No.
We're not that lucky. Not yet. Not yet. All right.
No.
That would have made Cronut Day even better.
Yeah, right?
Well, I mean, when I walked out of the house this morning, there was a little bit of a nip in the air compared to normal August weather in Texas, I guess I should say.
Interesting term, because I don't think there was.
Okay, there was a wee bit.
A wee bit. Not Nana, Texas.
You didn't feel like
No,
it.
it was
You didn't
humid.
feel it.
It was humid.
You weren't
and
feeling the
warm.
love.
No. No. So, how many of you know the name Gary Patterson? You know the name Gary Patterson, Kathy?
That sounds familiar.
Head football coach for
Oh,
TCU.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Oh.
Oh.
I was wondering if you were going to report on this. I heard about this on the way to this studio this morning here at VentureX. Wow.
Yeah, can we say that there is a player in his midst who is upset because of his playing time? He just didn't get to play as much as he thought Mr. Patterson should play him. And then in the locker room, he uses the N-word, which is unacceptable.
Which is
Coach Patterson
not right
calls
at
him
all.
out
Right.
on using the N-word.
Yes.
Tells him that's unacceptable in my locker room.
Which, good.
And somehow Gary Patterson's in the news.
Yeah.
Apologizing. I'm not apologizing.
And why did he have to apologize when he's not the one who? It's getting to the point, and I'd love to hear from the crew. What do you think about this? It's getting to the point where you can't even say something in telling a story. You can't. I'm just worried that one day we're going to wake up and not be able to say anything. He's not the one who originated the use of that word. He was trying to tell his players, hey, and the player who used that derogatory comment, which is unacceptable, like that's a no-brainer. Absolutely, that word's unacceptable. And he was like, you will not use it. And yeah, why is he getting his chops busted? I couldn't figure out the rest of the story on that.
So what the score is that he used the N-word to correct the young man.
Saying you can't use this
That's
word.
correct. That's correct. And so then so this kid goes to Twitter and puts out this huge Twitter response, which included, by the way, the fact that he didn't
I've got to see. You got to show me this.
He didn't get enough playing time.
Well, and here's the thing. Then play better.
Well, work harder, practice harder. You're not a prima donna. Move on, get a life, find a new team, join a JUCO, and play football at JUCO, for goodness sakes, if you want more playing time. If you can't hack it.
Join a what?
A JUCO.
What's that?
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Should I know what that is?
Yes. Yes, because you're highly educated.
The junior
yes.
college?
Yes. You know what
is
it
that
is.
is
It's
that
a
a
JUCO.
hip way to say junior college?
Oh, my God. It's old as Methuselah.
Well, so am I.
Well, that's why you should know it.
Thank you for the laugh track. And thank you, Charles.
Well, and here's what's funny. Patterson is still receiving criticism in regards to using the N-word, regardless of the context. He's apologized, agreeing to it as being unacceptable in any context, and student and alumni are still talking. I don't know what they're talking about. It's unbelievable, the fact that this guy's being called out. The chancellor of TCU and other players who support Patterson say the coach used the racial slur when calling out a black player for saying it. The confrontation happened during practice on Sunday with redshirt freshman Dylan Jordan, who posted about it on social media, admits using the term. Jordan also said it
So
ain't...
why isn't that kid getting his chops busted by his peers?
Well, yeah.
Like, you should know better than to use that term.
Well, and again, because there is a level of behavior, and this goes back to Black Lives Matter, which, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a new George Floyd thing floating around by black gentlemen who are saying Black Lives Matter. And so we're going to dive into that on another day.
I was going to say, do we have 5 hours
yeah,
today?
no, we don't. We really don't. So
We were asking the crew, would we all stay with us for 5 hours today?
well, I'm sure they would on this one, but because it's something else. And so we'll get to that on another day. But yeah, so Jordan also said it ain't about calling me the N-word. That never happened. It's about the fact that it's not acceptable to be said regardless of context. Dylan Jordan, you were using it casually at practice. Your coach told you, do not use this word in my locker room, on my field.
on my field, anywhere around me, yeah.
So if this word is never acceptable in any context,
Then why
were you using it?
Exactly. I mean, there are just certain words that you just don't say. And again, and what is there to defend on social media?
Yeah. So
why is the coach getting his chops
right.
busted? Then
So
I don't know.
Players like tight end Antavius Lynn and receiver Darius Davis have explained on social media that the incident got blown out of proportion. Patterson himself put out a message after George Floyd's death in May with a "Be the change you want to see and feel." So Patterson is sensitive to all of this, and yet this young man has used it as a stage to try to gain playing time. You ready for this? Jordan took other players down with him, and that's what I don't like, because other players decided not to show up at practice and skip a day of practice because of this terrible incident when the coach is telling him, don't ever use this word again. Hollins echoed out Patterson saying, we have discussed ways to move forward while keeping in mind the mental health of the football team. Coach P understands the significance of what he said. And that's from senior center Kelton Hollins, who was at the meeting with Patterson and said on social media, Patterson agreed, the slur is unacceptable in my context. Again, he called his player out, told his player don't do this. And I guess that just wasn't good enough. And again, he used it as a means to try to get more playing time, which blows me away. Currently 7:53 here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
All right, and here at VentureX at our new studio, which we just absolutely love. As a matter of fact, Chance Post, who is our point of contact here, if you're interested in office space, come on over and let him give you a tour. Great facility. He's hosting a watching party for JP, Kathy, and the crew right now. So how much fun is that?
That's way fun.
I love that.
Also, in a couple weeks, and I want to say August the 14th, Chance, pop on and type
what
this
was the
out.
date? Yes.
But we're going to be barbecuing for the crew.
I know. That's going to be so much
And
fun.
so
We're going to
want
have a
the
little
crew-
cookout here.
Yeah, we are. We want the crew
We're
to come
super
out here to
excited.
VentureX with JP, Kathy, and the Crew Network. We want you to join us. We're going to feed you. How much fun is that? And
We're
be a
gonna
part
feed
of.
ya.
Be a part of being fed. You're the crew, man. Ann Guzman, where are you? Cleo, get you and Angelo out here. Gail, you better be here.
Free food.
Michelle, you better get here, right? That's what we're looking for.
I love it. I love it. Well, and hopefully we'll have lovely weather in mid-August, because right now, it'd be the first week of August, we are having unseasonably cool weather. We're only going to get up to 91 today. We're going to have a low of 75. Currently, we're partly cloudy and 79 degrees here in Frisco, Texas, JP.
Absolutely. Well, Plano, the city of Plano, had a shocking incident take place where a woman is murdered and left face down. And
a number of our friends, including Cleo, a number of ladies who are members of the crew, have walked or jogged that same exact path, JP.
well, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 days a week. And it's sad. And the comments that I've read on Facebook is that this man had been complained upon multiple times. Plano PD told residents, well, he's homeless and there's nothing we can do about it. He's not breaking the law. And yeah, he is. Because if nothing else, he was, and I can't remember the term right now, but it's where you are you're out and about and you are laying in public property.
Like loitering?
Loitering, thank you.
Okay.
In a neighborhood. And as a result, on camera, they have not the whole thing, but the abduction, and then she turns up dead in the I don't want to call it a culvert. I guess it's kind of a dam or a water area.
God bless
here
her
in
family.
Plano.
Just
And
God bless her family. And if you'll notice, I think we've got the picture on the screen right now that has all of the shoes, the jogging shoes that people are putting that will be donated to the homeless, that people have put under the tree in her memory, in her honor. Just devastating, just heartbreaking.
Yeah. And so, Chuck, thank you for putting that up there on the screen. Don't forget, you can also get Charles as your consultant. That's right. All you got to do is go to info@pro-multis.com. That's right, info@pro-multis.com.
You know who we have with us right now, and I hope he'll be with us. No doubt he'll be with us again on Friday. We have Miss Texas, her dad, Dexter. He's watching right now. So good morning to
Hi, Dexter.
Miss Texas's dad.
Hey, you ready for this? Dexter and I are going to do a barbecue football show.
Oh, I love it. Y'all need to.
And he'll come in from Houston. I'll come in from here.
Y'all are going to be a mess.
And we're going to do I'll have him do his favorite. I'll do my favorite, and then we'll wear Viking stuff and Packers. Oh, Dexter said I just lost you when he said Packers and stuff. So yeah, we'll keep it with the Vikings, I guess.
Well, the big one is it wet barbecue or is it dry? So
It's both,
dry
baby.
rub
Oh,
or
both.
wet
I
marinade.
was going to say, I like both.
Both.
I like
Yeah,
both.
if you're Texan, you gotta do both.
I like a dry rub, and then I like to dip it in a really, really good barbecue sauce. Barbecue sounds really good, doesn't it?
And then
It
do you
does.
smoke it? Is it mesquite or hickory?
Oh, it depends on the time of the year.
Yeah, that's, well, let's ask the crew.
Or
Depends
the
on the time
apple.
of the year.
How
apple.
do you prepare
Apple
how do you prepare your barbecue?
And we'll be talking to Shay Drake about doing a barbecue show.
Love it.
So excited about that. Did we ever get my
Love
feed
it.
going away, by the way, speaking of Shay Drake?
It's on your new page.
Oh.
I can't find his new page.
So that's no
John
Taco
Edward.
Bueno.
John Edward Payton.
Interesting.
That's
want
his
me to-
old one, too.
How fun.
I mean, fix that quick, or
How fun.
maybe
I don't know. That's interesting.
quick.
Oh, yeah. Cleo said that this woman lived in her subdivision 2 streets over. I saw her several times a week. He was sleeping on park benches and wandering around for about 10 days, muttering to himself. I know Cleo was very upset when this happened. As are all of us. Just what a devastating and unnecessary loss.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it goes to show us that we need to make sure that we are diligent, and we need to convey to our police, evidently, that there's a danger here involved. And hopefully this incident will not go untested, and the police department may change their policy on how they handle it. Maybe take them down to a shelter. Maybe have them
or
checked
do
into
like
a
a
hospital.
mental health check
Right.
or something. I believe you can. Can't the police? I'm trying to remember from when I was county commissioner. I think you've got like you can do a 48 or a 24-hour mental health check. What's the
It's 72 hours.
72 hours.
It's
So you can do
72.
up to 72 hours. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we're going to be bringing Jacob on here in just a moment when we go on to at 8:03. And
Our young producer.
absolutely.
love
Well, no,
it.
he's not a producer. He's a director.
Oh, director. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
He is fancy.
Actually, if you're looking at the rolling or the scrolling credits, he would be the assistant to the executive producer, executive director,
There we go.
because that's how they do it. I've
Okay.
watched a lot of movies. I'm an expert now on this, so I know that's how they do it.
I'm a self-proclaimed expert.
Are you? So, and it's kind of timely because if you've been on my Instagram account, JP for JP, it got hijacked. And so we're going to be talking with Jacob about his account getting hijacked, and we're going to talk about mine.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
And what you need to do.
It can happen to anybody, especially if it happens to a young, sharp individual like Jacob.